Hello everyone, today I will show you cross-section and the cross-section setting. This button is to create inline and outline cross-section. Click and click. So one inline and one cross-line were created together. First, please allow me to introduce this group of buttons. This one can show or hide those group buttons. Those two buttons are to rotate inline and cross-line. Inline and cross-line are rotated by this point. This point at here is a red trace. Let's rotate the inline and cross-line clockwise. Here is a rotated degree. And this is the anti-clockwise. That's something look like assume you stand in the street and rotate it yourself. This button is zoom in cross-section in horizontal direction. And this is zoom out in horizontal direction. This is the zoom in vertical direction. And this is zoom out in vertical direction. And this is the zoom out. This button is to lock inline and cross-line. So right now it's at locked status and turn off. So we can screw inline or cross-line individually. Okay. This button is change the color plate for color density, such as I can select another color plate is in color plate and I choose this one. This one is data range for color density, such as I want from -2000 to 2000. Okay, this button is reset for the color range. Here are some hotkey. If you press V key, can turn on or turn off the trace wedge. If you press C, letter C, can turn on and turn off the color density. If you press W, can show where on the cross section and press again and off. If you press the plus key, can increase the trace wedge, and if you press the minus key, and can decrease the wedge. Okay, let's go to cross-section settings. Click this button or press F4. This one is the show trace or turn off trace. This is the trace filling. This one for filling peak or filling trough. This one is show or hide color density. This is the background. This is grid for horizontal grid, such as if I want file. Can see if zoom in. The grid can show and 0 means no horizontal grid. This is the width for grid and this is the type of grid. This is the scale, change the scale color and the interval for major scale or minor scale, and this is the text. This is for trace color. Trace color is this is black and the key trace color is red. We can change black and red. This is the key trace. This is the width for trace. This is the vertical range. If click this user define, I can input from 600 millisecond to 1800 millisecond. And this is the trace line gain. So if I put 2, let's decrease the gain. This is the rotation steps per quarter when you rotate your cross section. This is the distance. That means if the distance between trace line to cross line, they will show on the cross line. This is the line move steps. We can move the line by press the page up or page down, such as I can move the line every 10 cross line, and of course I can move every 2 lines. You can see every 2 lines. This is the number of the trace. That means I can show only several numbers on the screen. If I click on, that means I want to show 5 traces each side. You can see right now it's only 5 traces on each side. This is the showing or hiding fault on cross-section. This is the distance for trace to cross-section. This is the active fault color. This is a wear track. We can show the wear track on the cross-section. It's a width, this is the color at the line width, and the show text. This text color at size. This is the distance to line for the wear. On each track, we can show 3 curves. Curve 1 and 2 is any general curve. Third one is synthetic only. We can click show, and select one curve you want to show, and the color and the line width is the same thing. And here is auto or the scale, such as from 0 to 100. This is a synthetic, and we can show how many synthetic on each trace, such as 3 or 5, and color same thing. Okay, today I show you cross-section and cross-section settings. Thank you very much. Bye.